Morning. It's the day of the strip down. I'm gonna pull the engine out with the transmission attached and the transfer case because I've got the entire front clip already cut out. I wanna do that so that I can move the truck into a spot where a flatbed can just back right up to it and drag it on. At the end of today, there will be no 4Runner, and we will be able to focus everything on building an engine from scratch. These two trailer jacks are holding the front of the truck up, and I had it like that because it was easy to roll around, but I need to set up stops. That should actually help me move this by myself, but it's pretty slow going. I'm gonna close this too. All right, that's a lot better. So the plan is get the hood off first, actually. Okay. Need to get these hood struts off. Right. Cool. Wasn't too bad. Nice. I need to figure out where to put this. At some point here, I'll get the engine hoist moved into place, move this jack out of the way. There isn't going to be much. I just need to get under there and support the transmission. Just stepped inside here real quick. Need to grab the other block hook from this 2RZ, so I'm gonna just pull this off. Set these in here first. Okay. Cinch that down really quick, and we'll move on to getting this ECU harness free. All right, so we will get this off of here. It's already free from the inside, so I should be able to just pull it all out. All right. Harness is free. I am actually saving all of these bolts because the brackets and the bolts themselves are pretty useful on the Tacoma. So we'll get this off. Thank you. She's excited about getting to work on a car. She wants to work on a car. She thinks it's the coolest thing ever. Oh, hey. What's up, dude? Little passenger princess. We're gonna pull the clutch slave cylinder. It's a thankless job saving old parts, at least right now. We've got to get the bell housing mount off. I wonder how I managed to do this with a single super small socket set back in the day. All right, that's free. This weather has me so amped to be working on this project right now. I've been waiting for this for a really long time. I'm ready to pull this engine out, so I'm gonna run and go grab some hoist chains. I'm gonna take my little girl with me, and then we'll be back to pull this thing out. I've gone ahead and stripped out the shifter area. You're gonna start to see reasons why I'm actually saving a lot of this stuff This twin stick shifter from Front Rage Off-Road is this short shifter. I got the LC Engineering short shifter years ago. All right, I've been fighting with this fuel line for the better part of 15 minutes. It's pretty mangled now, but I think it's gonna give. That's unfortunate. Sweet. That bolt just does not want to come free from the nut. Beautiful. Stubby tools are something that I definitely think about often. All right, you're gonna help me move it? All right. Perfect. Awesome job. Thank you for the help. All right, so progress is a little slow going because of diaper changes and other stuff, but we got it out. I've got these pallets that I've been saving and putting casters on because I knew this day was coming. So I'm gonna set it up on the pallet and move it out of the way for the rear end. The rear end is gonna go on another pallet or possibly just let it sit on the wheels, but I need to pull it out. I don't know if I can keep the wheels on it. So the next thing will be just setting it all up, getting the engine on the pallet, moving it out of the way, and working on getting the rear axle. I'm gonna probably have to move a bunch of stuff and reposition the truck straight down the driveway so that the tow truck can just back right up to it and drag it on. The other major thing I have to do, I need to work on getting the body mounts off and getting the transmission cross member out. When I welded it in, it's trapped, can't move it. So I'm gonna try to get that out, and I'm gonna also work on getting the body mounts off because they're all polyurethane body mounts from Energy Suspension, I think. And I've got a 1-inch body lift on there. I wanna save all of this stuff. All right.
Can I have
Yes. Always taking my gloves.
always taking you gloves?
You're always taking my gloves. You love my gloves, don't you?
Daddy.
I love you too. All right, so for that entire first day, I was working solo on getting the engine, transmission, and any other parts out that I could. The next morning, my best friend came over and we took a few hours to crush some coffees and get everything else out of the truck that we could. I know these rear ends are a little bit more difficult to find these days, especially in a rust-free condition, so I was determined to get it out of there, but we were on a time crunch because no matter what, at 12 o'clock, I'd be calling a tow truck to come and grab this thing. All right, just under 2 hours and everything's out of the truck now. I've actually pulled the body mounts and dropped it down onto a pair of pallets. So it's got a skid for the wrecker to pull it on. Everything's off of it that I want. So I'm ready to send this thing off for good. I didn't think I'd be as excited as I am now. Although last night pulling it apart, I found some old photos and it definitely jerked a tear out of my eye. So I'm gonna focus on cleaning up and I'll show you how everything is situated. All right, now you're getting a glimpse into reality. This is probably more relatable for a lot of people, but this is not a big shop space. I have a lot of ambitions working out of a small space, and I just can't help myself by saving or letting go of parts that were on the 3rd gen. I have a lot of plans to use a majority of what's here, but I just can't be bothered to sell it. I want to give it away to somebody that's got the same truck platform. So we're going to store some of this and eventually it'll all be gone.
Now I've got two 8-inch Toyota axles. I've got the rear out of the 4Runner, and I've got one sitting up there on my bench. I've had that thing for 8 years, and it was actually never installed on a vehicle. I think it was ordered as a replacement based on what the guy told me that I bought it from. I've got everything in here now that I think I wanted. I need to do a check over and make sure there's nothing left. And that's the state of things. I have one last piece that I think I want to get out of here. I kind of think I want to get this body harness out because there are tons of Toyota wires in here that have unique colors, might be helpful in the future. I'm going to pull that shifter boot out, but as far as the truck goes, it is fully stripped down.
Okay, future me here. And I just wanted to say that I finally came to my senses and I did not get rid of those manual doors. I don't know what I was thinking, but I think I was just tired of storing a bunch of stuff. And I got what I wanted, but I stripped the engine harness out and someone reached out to me saying they would drive from 8 hours away to get those doors. So I pulled them off with half an hour to spare and they're sitting in the shop right now.
All right, last thing, because this video is getting way too long. If you've noticed, I kept the hood, I kept the fenders, I kept the front radiator core support and a few other things off of this 4Runner. That's because there's a, we'll call it a facelift. There's a mod that you can do to the first gen Tacoma that I think makes it unbelievably good looking and way better looking than how it came from the factory. So I'm gonna leave that for another video. I hope you liked what you saw. Thank you for watching. And the next video is gonna be a lot more in-depth on the 3RZ, the W59, the rear axle, the front axle, and what we're planning to do over the next few months or more. Thanks, guys.